And we had one more friend coming in. So you want to have two blocks, one on either side of you. And to get, when we get on our supine poses, we'll be using the strap. All right, let everybody get situated, a lot of wiggling around there. All right, I'm gonna get started with kind of settling and centering in, and then just have a little discussion about that. And you may hear a little bit of a repeat, but I thought that I have been meditating on for the last 2 weeks. Can't seem to shake it out of my head because I think it's really speaking to me. So I just want to share some of that thought with you. And hi, Judy. Happy Thanksgiving. I'll let everyone get settled in. So let's just take a couple moments to get centered and present. So the exercise to get present, keeping the eyes open, breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth with an audible sigh. Letting each sigh just invite a release, letting go of any expectations or anticipation about the class. And just invite the yoga to do what it's intended to do for you today. We know that heavy sigh breath is an anti-anxiety breath that's always available to you. Looking at 3 things around your space that maybe you hadn't noticed in a particular way. Coming into this safe space. See if you can feel 3 things in this environment. The feet on the floor, the temperature of the feet on the floor. The way the sitting bones are grounded and rooted to the chair. Temperature of any breeze blowing on your skin and the weight of the clothes on your body. And then some lovely sounds around, the sound of your own breath, breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. The sound of my voice. Any ambient sounds outside. You're here, you're present, you're safe in this space. And then invite the eyes to close. Taking a tour of the inner landscape of your body, just flow freely through the top of your head and down your shoulders, just noticing if there are any areas where you're grasping, holding on to. If there are any parts of your body that are inviting attention, and give it a little attention, breathe into that space, and then move on to somewhere else. Across the shoulders and down the arms and fingers. Let the fingers be soft and unfurled. In the front of the body, the movement of the breath. Easy does it breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. No rush, no hurry. Moving down the back of the body, upper back, middle back, and lower back. Growing the length of the spine. Moving toward the hips, feeling the heaviness in the buttocks on the chair. Down the thighs, and just following a thread all the way to the knees, shins, ankles, and feet. Breathing in, I know that I'm breathing in. Breathing out, I know that I'm breathing out. Inviting a deepening of the breath if that feels good for you. And a longer, slower exhalation out. Again, easy does it, no forcing. Just finding a comfortable rhythm of the breath. On the next in-breath, see if you can pause at the top of that breath, inviting the prana to infuse every cell of your body. As you pause, not holding the breath, just neither breathing in or breathing out, giving time for the breath to do its work. And then a long, slow exhalation. There's nowhere else we need to be right now, nothing else we need to be doing. Just follow this beautiful long breath. Take a full, rich breath in. The belly can soften and round, side ribs expand, chest broaden with that breath, and then allow the infusion. Easy does it. No forcing, no holding or gripping. Just pause. And when you feel ready, a long and slow, easy does it. Full exhalation. This beautiful gift of the breath is always available for you. And I know some of you know that I teach grief yoga, and the grief yoga brings in all kinds of thoughts of different types of losses that people experience, of loss of a loved one, recent or way out in the past, but still a loss just the same, with the same feelings that arise, waxing and waning through those experiences of feelings of loss. Sometimes it's the loss of a job or of health or of change in life, loss of family or friend moving away, traditions that we used to hold that don't anymore. And Frank Osasinski in his book, 5 Invitations, says, welcome everything, push nothing away. So not pushing away the feelings of loss in this time where we're supposed to be feeling great joy and gratitude, society tells us. And maybe we do. And maybe we don't. So finding that place of authentic celebration for you, whether it's a joyful celebration or a more somber celebration, it's okay. Open your heart and let it all in, the good, the bad, the hard. Because pushing away will get stuck in your body. Mary Oliver tells us in her 2-line poem, she says, someone I loved once gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to understand that this too was a gift. And what stands out in that is it was someone she loved that gave her this box full of darkness. Someone she loved. And it took years, not minutes, not days, not hours. It took years to recognize that this too is a gift. So gratitude is a journey, just like everything else. So in this space where we carve out a little time just to notice, just invite yourself to hold the box, whatever's in it, darkness, lightness, joy, sorrow, and ask yourself a couple of questions. Do I carry the box with heaviness and with burden? Do I carry the box with curiosity? Do I carry it as an anchor? Do I carry it in front of me, behind me? How do I carry it? But then look at yourself carrying it and stand in awe of the way you carry it, not in judgment at how you carry it. Gregory Boyle says, we seek a compassion that stands in awe of the things we carry rather than in judgment at how we carry it. So be in awe of you. Notice if you open it, peek in, let it out, or if you keep it tightly shut. Wherever you are, it's okay. It's your journey. And just invite you to play with this inquiry. Someone I loved gave me a box full of darkness. It took me years to realize this too is a gift. A gift. Bring your hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Let's chant the sound of Om together. As we unite ourselves in our healing, in our sorrows, in our joys, whatever is out there, just throw it out there and let it all join together. We are stronger together. So when you're ready, exhale fully. Inhale. Om. 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 Bow your head to your heart that carries that box. And lower your hands down to your thighs and gently blink your eyes open. And let's just scoot forward in the chair. Let's get the hands ready to do a little massage. So stretch the fingers out wide. Keep rocking back and forth to a little movement in those sit bones. Make some bear claws and a gentle fist and fling the fingers out. Stretch the fingers wide as you can. Bear claws, gentle fist, fling the fingers out and just move through that motion. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And then keep a gentle fist and make some circles with your wrist. Nice and easy, light and easy. Not tight fists, holding that baby bird. Take it the other direction. And now tighten your fists and extend your arms long and lower your knuckles down toward the earth. Settle the sitting bones firm into the chair. What do you notice about the stretch across the top of your wrists? Open the fingers wide, press out through the heel of the hand, and reach the arms forward. Like you're trying to push something away, push into the wall, stretch through the back of the body. Lower the chin to the chest, and then bring the fingers to the back of the neck and just massage the back of the skull a little bit. Little massage in the back of the skull, back of the neck, base of the skull. Across the tops of the shoulders where we sometimes carry those burdens. Notice if there's any tightness or tension in there, but also where we can throw our arms up in joyfulness. We're such a mixed bag, right? And that's okay too. That's what makes us human. All right, reach your fingers down toward your scapula, towards your angel wings back there, and lift the elbows up. Press the hands into the back body. Keep the chin slightly tucked. And then slowly lower your elbows down, creating a little traction across the top of the shoulders. And slowly keep pressing the fingers, kneading those fingers into the tops of the shoulders. Slide them all the way down. Shake the fingers out because that's a lot of work on the hands. Lift the chin and gently turn your head side to side. All right. And come to your beautiful, most perfect mountain pose. So walk the feet a little ahead of the knees. Legs are hip distance apart. Press the feet into the earth, hands onto the thighs, and use that to grow your spine tall. Lift the shoulders up and start to make a few shoulder circles. What do you notice about what's going on in the back body? Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. Or a big shoulder circle up towards the ears and down, and then settle into the hands on the thighs as you press the elbows back a little bit. Slide the hands down toward the hips. Soften your shoulders down, grow your spine long. And lower the chin to the chest. Lower the hands down to the earth, reach the fingertips down toward the earth, and then bring the right ear in line with the right shoulder. Keep reaching the fingertips down long. Breathe in and out, especially that left fingertip. Keep reaching it a little bit further. Notice the stretch from earlobe to shoulder, shoulder all the way down to those fingertips. Take another breath in. As you exhale, sweep the chin back towards center and take it the other direction. Keep the spine long, shoulders are back, heart is lifted, and then reach your right fingertips down even a little bit more. Awareness from ear to shoulder, shoulder to fingers. Nice. And chin to the chest, bring the hands back onto the thighs and lift the head up. Fingertips back on the shoulders and lift the elbows up, back, down, and around. So getting some movement in those shoulder joints. Inhale, lift the elbows up, back, down, and around. Like you got all the time in the world. There's nothing else you need to be doing right now, right? Lift elbows up, back, down, and around. Oh, that feels so good where the arm connects to the shoulders. Good. And then open the arms out to the side. Elbows are soft, fingers are curled in. Rotate from the top of your shoulder and then rotate back again. Nice big rotations of that shoulder. Nice. One more. Hands come back onto the knees and come into a little cat-cow. So slide the hands over the knees, round the chin to the chest. Hold here for just a moment as you draw that belly in. Feel all the body working. And slide the hands, the heel of the hand towards the hips, elbows pressed back, lift your heart space up, not crunching in the lower back, but lifting from the heart space. Eye gaze goes up no higher than the seam of the ceiling and the wall. So we're not crunching our neck back. And now with the breath a few times. Exhale as you round into cat. Inhale, lift and lengthen, open that heart. Exhale, rounding. Do you notice which one feels better in your body today? If one does, inhale, lift the heart. And round. Does one feel more comforting than the other or more fun than the other? That might tell you something. You get to guess what it is. Lift the heart. Oh, and then curl in. And then come to your neutral. Nice. Let's interlace your fingers. Place your hands under your chin and lift your elbows up. Think about that as lengthening your spine. Somebody's pulling you up by the back of the head. Press your palms forward, round the back, chin to the chest. And then if the arms are open to this, either bring them to the forehead or press them up overhead. You decide which one feels better in your shoulders. As you exhale, lower the arms down. And let's do that again. Interlace the fingers, place them under the chin. As you inhale, lift and lengthen, grow. When you're ready to exhale, press your palms forward, chin to the chest, round your back body. Inhaling, take your arms to your level of comfort, lengthen. And as you exhale, sweep the arms down to the side. You should have some blocks meeting you right there by your side now. So we're going to tick-tock from block to block, warm up the side body. And as always, if this feels like you want to go a little bit lower, lower your block to a lower level, slowly moving, no rush here. Use the core strength to take you side to side. Any discomfort in your lower back, back off of this. If you need to keep the hands supported on the chair, do that. All right, next time you're on that right side, pause there, keep the fingertips on the block, and take the arm to goalpost. Maybe the arm reaches up overhead. You decide what that shoulder does, upper arm in line with the ear. If that's too much, hand can always come to some part of the chair that feels more supportive. One more breath. Now turn the torso toward the earth to get a little stretch across the back body. And rotate back to center And use your side body muscles to see if you can get both arms up overhead. Oh, good. And lower that left arm down. So maybe you're back still at goal post here. Upper arm up or overhead. Again, your decision. Find that spot that works. Wherever you are, try to keep the heart lifted forward rather than curling into it. And if you find you're collapsing into this, maybe the hand should come to the chair so you can keep that spine long and tall rather than crunched up. Trying to find space, right? Yoga is about finding space. Good. Breath. Nice. And use those side body muscles to lift back up, both arms up overhead and down to the heart. Good. Bring your hands down onto your thighs. We're going to take that right hand and just do a little backstroke. Reach the arm back and sweep it back in front. Notice how this feels on the spine. If you can kind of do a gentle twist towards that right side. If that's too much on the shoulder, fingertips are going to be on the shoulder, and the elbow is going to make those circles. One more time. We're going to stay back here this time. So we're going to twist to the right. That right arm is back behind you, and take your eye gaze looking in that direction. It's not going to be able to twist all the way back there, but a little bit of glance towards that back thumb. Left hand stays on the left thigh. Nice open twist here. And then sweep that arm back in front and lower it down. We'll go to the other side. Take that left hand, start to make some gentle circles. You know what your spine can do, so don't push it past its limit. Any osteoporosis, you really back off of the twist, and keep the stomach drawn in, the core strong to help support this movement. Another breath in, this time stay twisted toward that left side. Left arm is reaching back behind you. Eye gaze looks in that direction. Right hand remains on the thigh, not pushing or forcing, just a gentle support. Keep the belly drawn in to support the abdominal muscles back against the spine. And then as you're ready, sweep that arm back down, look forward, reach the arm forward, and then lower that arm down. Roll the shoulders back. Okay. All right, let's walk the feet out nice and wide. Hands are going to come onto the thighs. Press the hands into the thighs to lengthen, draw the belly in, roll the shoulders back, and lead with the heart as you hinge forward. Lead with the heart. Good. Hinge forward just enough to feel a nice stretch in the inner thigh. Press the hands into the thighs to lift and lengthen back up. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, hinge forward again. You feel a big stretch in the inner thigh, maybe something on the outer hip. You push the feet into the floor and then connect the sitting bones and really ground the sitting bones. Slightly draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Keep that head and heart lifted. Good. And then use the core strength to lift back up again. One more time. Inhale, and then exhale, hinge forward. Good. Nice. And as you're ready, lift back up. And walk your feet back to hip distance apart and scoop way forward in your chair. We're going to do yoga sit backs. So if you know this is not good for your lower back, you can either put a block back behind you to support the lower back as you hinge back a little bit, or instead of going back, you can keep the hands supported on the thighs and continue to do gentle forward folding. Okay? But let's get that core engaged first. So walk the feet out ahead of the knees. So the knees are just about at a 45-degree angle bend. If your feet are having trouble keeping connected to the earth, those blocks need to go under the feet. So we want to keep the feet really rooted and grounded and pressed into the earth. All right. From that place of pressing the feet into the earth, grow your spine tall and bring the hands across the chest. Find your core, which we did a couple weeks ago a lot. We're always talking about the Queen's cough, where the belly, when you cough, you find that you hold on to that engagement, or just pressing the belly gently toward the spine. Lift the elbows up And then as a plank, as one unit, as you're even like as you're a flip phone, you're just going to hinge back from the hip crease. So keeping that spine nice and long and just hinging back until maybe the shoulder blades touch the back of the chair, or the back touches the block if you put it there. Using the core strength, imagine there's a golden thread pulling you forward. Hinge forward just a little bit. And then as you're ready, draw that belly in and lean back. That's your exhale. Inhale, lift forward. As you exhale, draw that belly in. Use that exhale to help with the core strength. Lean back. Notice when you feel that point of engagement. When you're ready to take a breath in, lean forward. And exhale, hinge back. Nice and easy. Always can keep the hands resting on the thighs for added support. And don't go back as far if you're having any discomfort in your lower back. Just building up some of that strength in the middle body. Couple more, lean back. Hinge forward. Next time we lean back, we're going to pause there, hold there for just a bit. Easy breath. Keep the core strong. And then release that. Bring the hands onto the thighs, take the feet wide, and bring the forearms onto the thighs into Hakini Mudra, so the fingertips are together, and allow the belly to release. Now, I always feel a little release in my lower back when I do this. Easy breathing in and out. All right, bring the hands onto the thighs, press back up, and walk the feet back to neutral and sit comfortably in your seat. All right, let's work the legs and the feet a little bit. So let's start by lifting up the toes. Keep the heels pressed into the earth. Lift and spread the toes. A little stretch across the Achilles and the calf. And then press the toes down, lift the heels. A little squeeze in the calf. And then a little toe lift and heel lift. Toe lift and heel lift. Now alternate. One foot does toe, one foot does heel, and switch. All right, while you're doing that, we're going to do a fast movement with the right hand, open and close, and a slow movement with the left hand. Keep the heels going. Fast with the right, slow with the left. All right, now switch. Fast with the left. Wait, what did we do before? Fast with the right, slow with the left. Oh, other way around. Fast with the left, slow with the right. It's too much for my brain to mirror and do it. All right, should get some heat building up in those hands a little bit. Be careful, Arlene, and then shake that out. All right, get that belly drawn in strong. We're just going to do a slow march. So lift the right foot up and lower it back down. Keep the core helping to support this. Going to strengthen those legs, but also in the hip flexor, but also bring it into the core a little bit. So it's not all hip flexor. One more each way. Try to get those knees up towards the chest as much as is comfortable without crunching into it. Next time we lift that right foot, we're going to take it out to the side and do a really slow circle. I'm holding on to the side of the chair. 2 more circles. Slow and easy, controlled movement. And go to the other side. So lift it high, out to the side. Now you see why I wanted a pillow on my chair. Makes this a lot easier. All right, now lift the right up again and take the circle the other direction. So if you went out to the side first, come in toward the midline. 3 easy circles. Well, they're not easy, but they're not massive circles. And then go to the left side. Go the other direction. Do 1 more. All right. And then one more nice wide forward fold. So take the feet, see if they can go a little bit wider this time. Hands on the thighs to lengthen. Press the feet into the earth as you grow your spine. Lift the heart and hinge forward. Hands are being on the thighs, supporting the weight of the torso. What we're focusing on here is a nice stretch in the inner thigh. One more breath. Good. And then let's lift up, walk the feet back into center. All right. Let's just make a hammock with your right hand and lift that right leg up and make some circles with your ankle. Both directions. And then point and flex that ankle. Good. Out to the other side. Lift that knee up toward the chest. You can lean back in the chair if that feels better. Circles with the ankle, then point and flex. Point and flex. Good. All right, and lower the foot down. Coming to the edge of the chair again, if your lower back feels okay, we're going to do just a little flow with our the strength of our legs, including our arms as well. All right, so sit in your mountain pose, and as you're ready, reach the arms to your level of comfort. As you exhale, lift the right leg, lower the arms. Inhale, lift the arms up, lower the foot. Exhale, lower the arms, lift the left leg. One more time each way with the breath. Inhale, arms lift, feet down. Exhale, arms down, right leg up. Inhale, arms up, feet down. Exhale, left leg, lower the arms. All right, we're going to add on. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, right leg, arms lower. Now, arms are going to come shoulder height, leg extends forward. All right, lower the arms, knee to the chest, and then lower the foot, arms lift up. Full breath in as you exhale, arms lower, left knee lifts. Inhale, arms forward, foot forward. Exhale, knee up, arms down. Exhale, foot down, arms up. One more time each side. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, arms down, right knee up. Inhale, arms forward. You can always tap your foot too, guys. All right. Exhale, arms down, knee up. Inhale, foot down, arms lift. Exhale, arms down, left knee up. Inhale, arms forward, leg forward. Exhale, arms down, knee lifts. Big breath in, foot down, arm reaches up overhead, palms together, hands down to the heart. Whew, good job. All right, let's do our sit, stand, sit, stand, sit, stand. Build that strength in the core and in the legs. So if you need any support of the hands on the chair, please use that. Whatever you need to stay safe. But feet go slightly behind the knees, and I find it easier if the feet are a little bit wider too. Hands on the thighs to lengthen. Hinge forward, nose over toes. Do an as if first. As you press the feet into the earth, notice what you're recruiting to be able to get up. And then if it feels good and safe, press the feet into the earth, come to standing. Shift the weight to the heels of the feet. Slowly bend the knees, sink the buttocks down towards the chair and sit down without a plop. Now your options are to continue doing it that way, pressing the hands, or you can bring your hands across the chest and not use the hands. Shift the weight to the heels of the feet, send the sitting bones down, sit down without a plop. Some people might like to take their arms out to the side. It changes the leverage. Always sitting down, shifting the weight to the heels, bending the knees. And some people like to scoop up. All right, do 3 or 4 more if it's right for you. If you're done, you're done. I'm going to shift this around a little bit as we come to our standing poses. All right, making you guys work. That's good. Let's all meet in empty coat sleeves on our mats with the chair on the right side. All right, so once you've got the chair on the right side and I see everybody in empty coat sleeves, I know we'll be ready to move on. Breathe in through the nose, out through an open mouth. Good. All right, there you go. And come to your beautiful mountain pose. Bring the hands to the heart space. Just notice how your yoga practice is moving in and through you. And yoga is intended with the breath and the movement to help even emotions move through our body as well. So notice if you feel any lighter on your feet, any easier with the breath. Or not. Okay. All right, take a nice easy stance, a little wider than hip distance apart. And we're just gonna start rotating the ankles, the knees, the hips. Hands can rest on the chair or on the hips. Just trying to get some movement. So shift the weight on the feet, let the knees go side to side. Really send those hips out to the side, forward and back. And take it the other direction. I got everybody a flight to Hawaii. We're going to go do the hula in Hawaii. Wouldn't that be fun to do a field trip to somewhere exotic like that with the sun shining and do our yoga on the beach with a nice breeze? We can pretend, right? All right, come to your mountain pose, press the feet into the earth, draw that belly in, and lengthen your tailbone toward the floor. Isometrically draw your legs toward each other, and fire up the muscles of the legs, strong and stable here. Arms come out to the side, reach them up overhead. Take a big breath in, gather good stuff. Full breath in, and then wash your hands over the front of you and just bathe yourself in some good stuff, whatever that might be. Even the tiniest little thing. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. The sunshine, the thoughts of Hawaii, the thoughts of fun visits coming up. One more breath in. A little smile to your face, release some serotonin, that feel-good hormone. And one more breath. Inhale and exhale. Now lower the arms down by your side. Soften your knees and just reach your arms forward and back, forward and back. If you choose now and the feet are willing, we're going to lift the heels up. Move as quickly or as slowly as is interesting for you. All right, if you want to try your balance a little bit and pause at the top of that. And you can even reach your arms up a little higher if you choose, your practice. All right, just kind of swinging into this, being playful. Notice if you keep your drishti focused on something, does that help your balance? And notice if you keep your core strong. Maybe if you take a little wider stance, it's easier for you. What works for you in this posture? Last one. Okay, now bring the arms forward. Get your eye gaze centered between your index fingers. Shift your weight to the fronts of your feet and slowly lift the heels up. Draw that belly in. You don't have to go high. If your feet have had enough, don't do this. One more breath. Close your eyes for a sec. What happens? And lower down. All right. Let's take your feet hip distance apart and actually I want to use a block for this one. Okay, I want to put a block between the inner thighs. Really want to keep the knees safe. So I was watching this video. I was on one of those news clips. It was a ballerina. And she was practicing her balance. And all she was doing was standing on one foot, closing her eyes. And teaching, she said, it teaches the ankle how to make adjustments. That's all she was doing. And she's a premier ballerina for the LA Ballet Company. And I'm thought, we do that, but we don't often shut our eyes. And then feel the ankle shifting side to side a little bit. while you were all getting your block, I thought I'd just share that. Okay, so put the block between the thighs and squeeze, right? What does that do when you squeeze the inner thighs? It sends that muscle message to the pelvic floor and then to the core. So get the core strong. All right, and then we are going to shift the weight to the heels of the feet and then start to sink the sitting bones a little bit. Lengthen that tailbone. Don't stick your butt up. Lengthen the tailbone down towards your heels. Shift the weight, bend the knees, squeeze the block, keep the core strong. Head and heart stay lifted. And then if it's possible, you hold on to the chair or fingertips to the shoulders. Keep squeezing, squeeze one more time, and then release, open the arms out to the side. Full breath in, shift the weight to the heels of the feet, bend the knees, sink the hips, fingertips onto the shoulders. And we're just going to do this a few more times with the breath. Inhale and exhale. Shift that weight, squeeze the block, sink the hips, keep the core strong. Inhale, open, straighten, exhale. Strengthen those legs, strengthen those knees. Good, 2 more. Inhale, open, and exhale, sink. Good. And then lift back up, lower the arms down. Let's remove the block. Make your feet about as wide as the mat. Toes are pointed out this time. Same thing, using those strong legs. We're going to track the feet over the knees. So holding on to the chair or bringing the arms to goddess. Shoulders in line with the elbows. Roll the shoulders back. Give a little squeeze to the back body now. Palms face forwards. Fingers are spread wide. Can the upper body stay as engaged and active as the lower body now? Full breath in, and as the tailbone points towards the earth, bend the knees, track the knees over the feet into goddess. Hold here for a moment. Then press the feet into the earth, take the arms out to star. Full breath in. As you exhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, come into goddess. Hold for a breath or two. Feel the opening of those inner thighs. We did a lot of inner thigh opening. Inhale, come to star, last one. Nice breath in. Exhale, use your breath. Use your Ujjayi breathing to hold into this posture. One more breath. Lower the hands down to the thighs now, and let's do a little shoulder stretch. Take that right shoulder in the direction of the left knee. Come back to center. Feel those thighs burning a little bit. Bring the left shoulder to the right knee. Good, good. And back to center. Feel the release. Straighten the legs. Gratitude right there, right? Whew. Okay. All right. Facing the chair now, I want to give you 3 options for forward fold. Yoga International had this article about the spine, the lower spine, and keeping it safe. Now, if you have osteoporosis, it's always a good idea to hold on to something, right? To do a forward fold, keep the knees bent, don't overtax the spine. But life happens, right? Sometimes we have to bend down and pick things up. So I want to give you an option of either using the back of the chair or the blocks, which we've never done before. But the caveat is here that you're going to come into that chair pose again. Shift the weight through the heels of the feet, bend the knees, sink the hips. And then from this place of the legs, you're going to hinge forward. See how my spine stays straight? Support the weight on the chair or on the thighs, or even reach for the blocks if that seems like a good idea today, keeping the knees as bent as much as you need to. From here, you can start to just play with a little bit of extension of the knees without changing the back. All right, that's the trick, not letting the back shift. And then we bend the knees a lot, crawl back up our thighs or the back of the chair, and use that help to support us back to a standing position until we develop the core strength to lift back up. Maybe we always want to use the chair just to protect the spine. But you got to pick stuff up off the floor, right? So it's good to know how to do that safely and build some of those muscles to do it. So you choose. You can use the back of the chair, the seat of the chair even, or the blocks. All right? Whatever you're going to do, you're going to support your weight with the bent knees and hands holding on to something, never dangle, okay? So let's start by coming to mountain pose. Nice breath in. To exhale, shift the weight to the heels of your feet. Bend the knees a lot, come into those chair legs. Hands are gonna come onto the back of the chair or onto the thighs. If you're gonna use the back of the chair, you're gonna use the chair the whole time. If you're gonna use the blocks, you're gonna bring your hands to the thighs and then slowly start to hinge from your hip crease, go to your level of comfort. Maybe the hands stay on the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or the blocks, but keep those, my belly's resting right on my thighs. Head and neck are in alignment. Now, from here, shift the weight to the fronts of your feet just a little bit and start to extend the legs just a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. So you shift the weight to the fronts of your feet. Your awareness is in the backs of the thigh bones. Press the thigh bones back just a tiny bit. A little extension. All right, and then bend the knees a lot. Crawl your way back up. Hands are either on the thighs or the back of the chair and lift back up. Now, did that feel very different for anybody? What is that? Do you feel that in your back, Barbara? That's okay. It was okay. All right. So now that we've got, you know what you want to do, let's just do that as a pranam. All right. So if you were at the blocks and you're all the way down, you're going to come up to your thighs, come halfway up, and then go back down to the block. If you're at the chair, you're going to forward fold, come halfway up. All right. And then press into the chair to come back to standing. Okay. So we're just going to do one pranam. So come to your mountain pose. The core strong and ready. Take a nice breath in, reach the arms overhead. As you exhale, shift the weight to the heels of your feet, bend the knees, sink the hips, and then hinge from your hip crease, holding on to the back of the chair or reaching for the blocks. As you inhale, come halfway up. So crawl your hands up your thighs or push your hands into the back of the chair to lift halfway up. And as you exhale, hinge forward, coming into a little deeper fold. Pause here for the inhale and the exhale. As you're ready, we're going to press the hands into the thighs or the chair, lift all the way to standing. Inhale the arms overhead, get length in your spine, palms together and hands down to the heart. Nice. Okay. All right, well, that's just something you can practice if you want, if that felt good in your body, to just do something a little bit different. All right, let's do our lunge. So if your feet are hurting today, you're going to put your heel on a rolled up blanket or the rolled up back of the mat. Okay, so come to your mountain pose facing your chair. Full breath in, full breath out. The right foot's going to stay under the chair. The left foot's going to step back on a nice wide base of support. Your heel can be lifted if that works for your foot. If not, go ahead and come to warrior one, or the foot is resting on a blanket. Bend to that front knee, knees stacking directly over the ankle. Squeeze your back glute. Hip points are facing as forward as your hips and knee feel safe. If it doesn't, give yourself a little turn toward the left. If you feel balanced, reach one or both arms forward. Maybe they reach all the way up overhead, or you're at goal post. You decide. Take a breath. We're going to lower just the right arm down and crescent over towards the right side to open up through that left side body and psoas. So keep squeezing the back glute, press the back thigh bone away from you. Nice. And then use your side body muscles to lift back up, lower that arm down, and then in whatever way you need to, bring that back foot forward. Shake that leg out. Come to mountain pose. In breath and out breath. And as you're ready, keep the left foot under the chair, step the right foot back. Again, a wide base of support, not on a tightrope. Squeeze the back right glute, send the back thigh bone up as is comfortable. Don't arch your back. Take a breath in. If you feel steady here, one or both arms can reach forward, and then you can come to goal post or a nice wide V or arms up overhead. Use your drishti, use your strength, use your core. And then when you're ready, lower the left hand down and crescent over towards that left side. Open up a little more from hip to rib. And this is a stretch, really nice stretch in that hip flexor, which we did a lot of knee lifts today. Strength to lift back up, lower the arm down, and step the back foot forward in whatever manner you need to. Well, let's balance everything out into an L pose. So hands on the back of the chair, walk both of your feet back. Knees are soft. Head comes in the direction of the upper arms. Get a nice stretch in the lower back. Keep the knees bent. Sitting bones are shooting straight back behind you. Breathe in and out. Ankles are directly under the hips. Front body moves toward the back body to support that core. Shoulders are open and stretched. Good. And then slowly walk your feet forward and shake all that out. Okay. All right, turning sideways. Let's just do a little bit of abduction, adduction. All right, so I've got the chair on my right side. And here's your option. You can either step the left foot out and in. You can even cross it over your body, take wider steps out and cross. So this is your abduction and your adduction, all right? Or if you feel that the standing leg is feeling good today, root your foot down, shift your weight over to that right foot, flex the left foot and send it out to the side. We're going to use that little gluteus medius muscle we're always talking about. And then mindfully draw the leg across your body. So you're going to be using the inner thigh muscle to press the foot forward like you're kicking a soccer ball. And kick it back. And you lead with the heel a little bit and then press it forward across your body. So we're shifting back using the butt muscle and then pressing it forward using the inner thigh muscle. All right, so your abduction and your adduction. A couple more. This is real mindful, slow movement. Good counter, not letting it just swing. We're not just swinging it. All right, next time your leg is out to the side or tap down, hold it there and reach that extended loose arm out to the side. And you can either feather tap with the hand near the chair, or if you feel steady, both arms can reach, no have tos. Feel that standing leg, it's working hard, right? One more breath, and then lower that down. Make some circles with your hips. Other way. All right, you can either flip your body around or move your chair, whatever's easier for you, as we go to the other side. So shift your weight to the left. You're either going to tap and cross, tapping and tapping, or if you feel ready, press the foot into the earth, flex the opposite leg, that right leg, extend it out to the side, and then cross it over your standing leg. Nice and easy, use the mindful muscle. So you're using the glute muscle, the butt muscle to press it out, leading with the heel, and you're using your inner thigh muscle to press the leg across your other leg. This is good stuff to do while you're waiting for that turkey gravy to boil, the coffee to be ready in the morning, tea kettle. Next time your leg is out to the side, come to your star. Notice the standing leg is speaking to you. One or both arms reach out to the side, you decide. Standing leg is saying, all right already. Use your Ujjayi breathing at that time. Victorious breath. And then hands come to the side as we make those circles with our hips. Whew. And guess what we get to do now? Feel our body take a sigh as we rest down on our backs, okay? So we'll all come to constructive rest with a have a block and a strap nearby, okay? Got some fancy little mechanics going on over here. Okay. So where does your body take a sigh when you lie back? And can you take your arms out to a T with your palms facing up and your fingertips in line with your shoulder, maybe a little bit lower than your shoulder. And then see how willing your shoulders are to slide your hands and your fingertips up toward the top of your mat, so just up towards your head direction, without changing your upper arm. So just come into a pretty open goalpost here. Just soften into this. Take your breath. Good. One more breath. Nice. And then slowly slide your fingers back down, lower your arms down by your side, and extend your legs long. Notice how that feels in the lower back. If that doesn't feel good in your lower back, you'll know you want to keep your knees bent most of the time. But can you flex your feet and press out through the heels of your feet? Draw that belly in, keep the core strong, and then reach your arms towards the sky. And then take them to your level of comfort overhead. That might not be all the way overhead, but just stop wherever you need to stop. And reach and lengthen from fingertip to heel. Don't let the back arch up and the belly lift. Keep the core strong. And then slowly lower your arms back down. And bend your knees so your feet are on the floor, and find your block. Placing the block between the thighs. You're getting kisses, Judy. Place the block between the thighs. All right. They probably want to be, you want your legs to be hip distance apart. All right. Bend your elbows so that your palms are facing each other across your torso. And then press the backs of the arms into the mat so you can kind of snuggle your shoulder blades together on your back. Make sure that your head and your chin isn't too crunched into your chest. You may need to remove a blanket from the back of your head so that you're keeping your neck safe. All right, keeping the pressure out of your head and neck, squeeze your feet into the floor, squeeze the block between your thighs, press the backs of the arms into the floor, and then as you're ready, lift your hips and torso up off the earth. Can you squeeze your glutes 3 times? So squeeze the sitting bones. 1, 2, 3, and slowly release the hips back down. Press the feet, squeeze the block, press the arms, lift the hips and torso, and squeeze the glutes. Give the sitting bones a hug with your muscles. 1, 2, 3, and slowly lower the hips. Just going to do that one more time. Release the lower back. When you're ready, press the feet, squeeze the block, press the backs of the arms, lift the hips and torso, and squeeze, squeeze, and squeeze those sitting bones. And release. Nice. All right, let's release the block. And bring one or both knees into the chest. If you prefer to use a strap behind your thighs, that's a really nice support. So you can place a strap behind your thighs and just keep the elbows resting on the earth as you draw those thighs in towards your belly. You can keep them nice and wide if that feels better to give your belly a little more room. And then just gently rock side to side. All right, lower the right foot down. No, the left foot down, sorry. Lower the left foot. And then just put the strap around the back of the left thigh if you're using a strap. Oh, gosh, the right thigh. Oh, put the strap around the right thigh. That's still in towards your chest. Or just use your hands. You're going to take the right leg out to the right side and either hold on to it with a strap or your hand under your thigh with your elbow on the floor. It's going to be like a kickstand. It's like a little propping up of the leg. Now flex your right foot and then start to extend it long as you take it out to the side. Keep the feet flexed, the toes engaged, and then bend the heel, bring the heel back toward the hip, bend the knee, and then with your breath, inhale as you lengthen the leg long, exhale, bend that knee back in. Using the strap if that feels better, great option, or using the hand under the thigh, as you can see in one of my squares. One more time, hold it here. And now engage all the muscles, recruit all the muscles it takes to hold that leg up and out, and see if you can release some of the strength of your arms holding that leg up and just let the leg stand on its own. Good, and release that. And take it toward the center now, and we're just gonna go straight up. So either the strap or the hands behind you. Lift and lengthen the leg as long as feels comfortable for you. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight. But see if each and every breath, you can make it feel a little bit different. So you use that breath to root the pelvis down as you reach the heel towards the sky. Maybe one time you draw the toes a little closer to the nose, press out more through the heel, or you find more extension in your knee. Play around with it. Use your body as a laboratory. Easy does it. There's no race. Know where we have to be with this. Getting range of motion in the knee, lengthen the hamstring, which we've already done from our standing postures. Good, one more. Lift, hold it here now. Recruit the muscles it would take to hold this without any support of your hands. And if it's possible, release the hands and let the leg stand on its own. Good. And go ahead and bend that down, lower that foot down, bring the feet together and just gently butterfly the knees. A breath in and a breath out. And then we'll go to the other side. So you're either going to place the strap behind the left thigh or place your hand on the underside of the left thigh, the elbows on the earth. Walk that left leg out to the left side, have the support of the strap or the left hand. Flex the foot, and then as you're ready, begin to extend the knee out to the diagonal, just a little bit at a time. See where this takes you. Just explore it with curiosity, no judgment. Use your breath. You can get a little change each and every time, no matter what that change is. Maybe you rotate it a little bit differently, or pull the toes towards your nose, or press the thigh bone away from you. And then the next time that leg is out to the side, just either hold it or definitely recruit the muscles it would take to keep that leg lifted, the pelvis rooted onto the earth, and see if you can release the hands a little bit. Find that strength. Use your Ujjayi breathing. Good. And then bend that knee back in, draw it toward the center. Same thing, but straight up toward the ceiling. Notice if you feel a little heat building up in the thigh muscle. Notice how the knee's responding, staying connected to the sensations of the body as always. Each and every time a little more interesting, a little different, just be curious. Next time that leg is lifted toward the ceiling, recruit those muscles it would take to hold it up there. Get the core invited to the party as well, and then release the hands if that makes sense for you. Nice. And then lower that foot down, remove the strap. Take your feet as wide as the mat with the knees bent and the arms come out to a T. And just slowly, gently massage the sacrum and the lower pelvis as you easily rock back and forth. Depending on your spine, notice if it's a good idea to, next time your legs are pointing toward the left, to just allow them to release down toward the left side. Maybe you want to support them with a pillow or a block. Make sure the spine's okay with this. And then maybe look over at your right fingertips. And you get the full segmented twist here. Find your breath. Opening up through that right side where the liver is, that yogis will say that's where we sometimes can harbor anger. So take a nice breath in. Exhale. Open mouth. Give it a chance to move through. If there's any anger hiding in your body anywhere. And bring your head back to center. Slowly lift the top leg, followed by the bottom leg, and make sure the spine's nice and straight as you gently rock side to side again. And just feel that pelvis, shifting weight on the pelvis. Feet are as wide as the mat. Arms are out to a T. And then if it makes sense for you to lower your legs all the way down or partially down to the right side, go ahead and do that. Support of a blanket or a block. And look over at your left fingertips. Now you're more vulnerable to that left side, the belly, the gut, the heart. Think of all the emotions that move through those organs, metaphorically or even physically, you'll feel it. Take a nice breath in. As you exhale, just invite a release of anything that isn't helpful. And sometimes just noticing is helpful. Carving out this little bit of time to say, what am I noticing about how I'm feeling? And as you're ready, bring your head back to center. Slowly lift the top leg, followed by the bottom. And bring those knees into the chest again. Give yourself a hug. And notice if there's any other stretch that would feel really good to do now, or any other pose. So use your prana response, use your breath, the next 5 or 6 breaths to move in any way that your body needs. And get your goodies to be warm enough for Shavasana. Get your socks, sweatshirt. Just to this winter wonderland that's approaching us. It's supposed to be cold, right? Thanksgiving time. All right. When you feel like you've gotten all your willies out, you feel like you can settle in, make sure you're warm. And then just take a couple of breaths in through the nose, out through an open mouth. Soften into the space as you begin to now breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And try one of those 4, 5, 8 breaths as you breathe in for a nice, full, rich breath. The belly softens and rounds, side ribs expand, pausing at the top of that breath, either breathing in or breathing out. And then a longer, slower exhalation. When you feel ready, do 2 more of those 4, 5, 8. Some people do 4, 7, 8. Find a ratio that works for you. Let's acknowledge that this breath is always there for you. Things get tough, conversations get difficult. You need a pause, a reset, chance to fall asleep. And then come back to your normal, natural breath. Let go of the conscious breath. Allow the breath to breathe itself. Begin to become connected back into this space. Start with your breath. An easy breath in, easy breath out. Begin to awaken back to the physical space, wiggling your smaller joints, your fingers and toes. Rock your head side to side easily. Start to move your bigger muscles and joints, bending your knees. Slow rock side to side, or a full body stretch, or whatever would help you to come back into this physical space. And roll over onto your favorite side and pause there just for a moment to think about your box and what's in it and how willing you are to look inside of it, carry it, how you carry it, where you carry it. No right answer, no wrong answer, it just is. No judgment. Just an awareness. When you're ready, press your hands into the earth. Come to a seat that's comfortable for you. And the hands at your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. So that all the light and darkness in my heart honors that same light and darkness and all of yours as well. So bow your head to honor your own practice. As we know, without darkness, there is no light. Bow your head to honor your practice and then blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha with Namaste. Namaste.